A staggering statistic is driving a new mission in West Michigan. Here's the stat. Over half of adults in the United States read below a 6th grade level. Let me say that again. Over half of the adults read below a 6th grade level. To combat this crisis locally, Read Muskegon is currently building a brand new literacy hub in the heart of Muskegon Heights. And here to discuss the evolution of Read Muskegon and their future home, the nonprofit's executive director, we've got Melissa Moore here. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I'm happy that you're here. Unhappy to read that stat. Yeah. Even had to Google it to make sure it was accurate because it just seems like a staggering number.
Yeah, I would say most people who don't do this work every day feel exactly that same way. And I think, the idea that low literacy adults are in the majority in our country is really hard to fathom given all of the resources that we have here.
It is almost unbelievable to hear that number. And locally, it might not even be better. Right. It might actually be worse locally. Right. Talk about what it's like here in Michigan or Muskegon County.
Muskegon County I can speak to more specifically. Sure. So in Muskegon County, the total number of low literacy adults reading below a 6th grade level is 57%. So about 20% of them read below a 4th grade level, which is considered functionally illiterate. The other 37% are at level 2, which means they're those who can read but maybe not comprehend and really will still struggle to get good paying jobs, to manage their health care and their finances, to help their child succeed.
Yeah, sometimes the words are one thing, sussing out what they mean and how they compare to each other is another, and that's as we go. So that's an amazing stat to hear. Read Muskegon, obviously, in the forefront and the front lines of attacking that problem. Talk about how it's gone over the past, we're talking 20 years now.
Yep. So we were founded in 2005 specifically to work one-on-one with low literacy adults. I was hired in 2013 as the first paid director. And at that point in time, we had the capacity to look at a bigger mission, right? And we realized that we can't just wait for people to become adults before we help them. So we expanded our mission and we now serve all ages, birth to our oldest learner who is 82, providing free programs all over Muskegon County.
I love that. So there's no limitations. Anybody who needs to learn can learn. And let's talk about how you said the word expanding. You are. I mean, this is a pretty big deal you got going on in Muskegon Heights. Tell me about the new place.
Yeah, so we have been in downtown Muskegon Heights since 2017 in a building that is owned by the city. We love being there. It's a great spot for us, very accessible to anybody in the county. But we outgrew the space we were leasing. So just over a year ago, we started a campaign to raise funds to renovate a building that has been vacant in downtown Muskegon Heights for about 20 years, creating a state-of-the-art literacy hub that will provide free childcare for adults who are in our programs, access to technology, very customized spaces for our learners, as well as places to provide opportunity for community to gather and meet. So really, really exciting.
And this new hub, we have a projected date for to open the doors to people this year?
Yes, so if all goes well, we started work just before the holidays, and weather permitting, they're working on the roof this week, but Earhart Construction, who is doing the construction for us, is saying May will be the handoff date, and so give us a couple weeks to settle in, and we're hoping to do some kind of grand opening in the spring.
Oh my goodness, that's late spring, early summer. You're going to be ready to go. That's just months away.
So it is. It's a lot to get ready for.
That's exciting. So I'm assuming that the new places maybe need some new people.
Yes.
Will there be opportunities for people to maybe join in and maybe volunteer?
Yes, we have a waiting list of learners of all ages, again, looking for volunteers. We always need people to help in that way, and people I think sometimes are intimidated, like, I wouldn't know how to teach someone to read.
Right.
But that's what we do, is we help train and support our volunteers so that anybody who has the passion or desire to participate in that way can do that.
Absolutely. You've been reading to your kids, so you know how to read to other people. And how entailed or how much of a learning curve is it going to take for someone to be able to jump in when you say there's a couple of things besides knowing how to read, a couple of other things to be able to help others read?
Sure.
Yeah.
So we provide an initial training and just kind of give the basics of how to teach someone to read. It doesn't matter if they're in school, K-12 or adults. And then we provide ongoing support. It really is as much about giving someone the opportunity to read with you and to have conversation with you, and as you said, comprehend, to talk about what you're reading, to take real life things. So with an adult, we might use a lease agreement or healthcare enrollment papers or a job application as the material that you use with your tutor. So, so it's things that you and I are doing every day that we know how to do and take for granted. So it's just helping you understand how to break that down and help somebody else feel successful doing that.
And you just mentioned 3 documents that not only are important to read, but to understand.
Yes.
And those are things that people are using in their daily lives, job applications. So if you have the desire, the heart to maybe help someone else learn how to read, you can volunteer, and you got a pretty nifty place to do it in with this new hub that's coming to Muskegon Heights. Go to readmuskegon.org for more information, or call that number on your screen. It's 231-747-7273. Melissa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.